we go again. Supply room. Just like old times. Oh, King. What? Music. Is this amateur hour? We don't have time for this. Breaching charges ready. Ready. No! Unmanned drones. Unmanned drones. Unmanned drones.
Deploying welcome mat.
Aha, you're finally awake. Welcome to the Nubinati Show. Today's topic, Rainbow Six Siege. Alright people, let us cut to the chase. If you've read the news, literally yesterday, Ubisoft has been teasing the launch of Siege X, essentially Siege 2.0. Yeah, to be honest, quite a surprising move. Siege might change, like a lot. And it got me thinking, what is Rainbow Six Siege exactly right now? For context, I've been playing Siege occasionally since 2017. I'm not cracked though, so you can take most things I'm about to say about Siege with a heavy grain of salt. Chances are that if you've seen me on your team list, you've lost a sizable chunk of your cranial grey matter already, just watching me play. However, my dog water level operations did help me cover up the fact that I'm an internet micro-celebrity. So, I went undercover and did some interviews. Does anyone have mics? Yeah, right. Got it.
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
What?
What did you say? I didn't hear.
I was asking if you have mics, but it seems you do.
Hello, new penalty.
Can I ask a couple of questions?
Sure, go ahead.
How long have you been playing Siege?
It feels like eternity.
Be ready to eliminate hostiles.
Yes. How long have you been playing Siege?
5 seconds left.
Since 2019.
Do you think it's in a good state?
Nah, actually not. I mean, we have too many cheetahs, rank 2.0 is very trash, a lot of problems.
Is it
Yes.
fun to play right now, as it is?
It's like hell, I guess.
What I found personally was that some of these takes were true. Sure enough, I found cheaters live in my games too. He has no reason to stay up here. It's like he's pretending not to see me. Oh, target spotted. He's going after me. Yeah. I also found the brush.
How are you, Nan Smasher?
Oh, bloody perfect!
Nice.
How are you, mate?
I'm bloody perfect too.
Wonderful!
I found questionable hitboxes.
Reload! Right on the wall, right on the wall.
I found my neighbor in the game. They're renovating the house. This is my neighbor in 2 AM. And I also found anime. Okay, I can't believe we actually have to talk about this, but anime. It is everywhere now. Hatsune Miku in Fortnite, Perfect cell in MBA. Okay. It was truly inevitable that it would end up in Siege. And this has been a divisive topic. Some people like it, some people vehemently disagree with the addition of it. Often the most common counter-argument is that the anime-themed skins don't really work with the tactical aesthetic of the game. Also that weeps are sweaty, which might hold some truth.
I've visited anime conventions during summertime. The air is contaminated, to say the least.
A lot of video essayists have covered this already, in that Rainbow Six Siege is dying because it has lost its vision. The gritty aesthetic that was in the game back in the day has been ruined by too many collabs with cartoons and stuff. Essentially, we're speaking about Fortniteification of Siege, alienating the older fanbase. I fundamentally disagree with this argument. Because, let me be real here, Chief, the skins have been unhinged from year one onwards.
To go along with that, we also have a bacon skin pattern. Everybody loves bacon, I guess.
Oh my god. Oh, hell no, man.
Look at this. Blitz as a scary clown. This is going Call of Duty all the way. You have the evil, scary clown thing going on. I don't think this belongs in a game like this.
If I was a CEO at Ubisoft, I would fire whoever was designing the skins for this game out of a cannon and into the sun. I mean, look at this. Microplastics. Yum yum. The problem here isn't really the clashing tone. It is that these skins expose how lazy Ubisoft is. Let me explain. As most of you unfortunate souls that actually follow my content know, I'm a pretty big fan of Arknights. Please don't look at me like that. When I learned Siege and Arknights, both games with a heavy operator ambience, were collabing, I was pretty hyped.
Damn, what is that, bro?
And on the Arknight side, they cooked hard. Tachanka, Ella, Fuse and Ash. Bunch of operators added completely functionally as playable operators in the game. Hyperglyph essentially added an event's worth of stuff into their game, amounting to tens of hours of content. And meanwhile on the Ubisoft side, guess what we got? Drumroll, please. A single profile background and a trinket. Whoa, thanks Ubisoft. Out of all the seriously cool and tactical looking characters that fit the aesthetic perfectly, you added nothing? Are you allergic to money or something? Like, I would have understood the argument that these are tough to implement due to the different art style and potential problems with balancing and hitboxes. But then you add Halo stuff into the game? Does this look like an easily distinguishable outline anymore? Can you tell me which operative this is supposed to be? What about this man? Is he here to fight crime or fix your plumbing? Like, come on! Look at these operators. You're telling me you couldn't make a single skin conversion out of all of these? No. We all get slop instead. Although the Yakuza collab is kinda based, not going to lie. Instead, where Ubisoft has been focusing most of its funding is on the subscription of Microsoft Excel. And it shows. Rainbow Six Siege is infamous for its balancing. On top of nerfing character assets, Ubisoft's balancing department has been busy doing whatever is the opposite of cooking. They've taken the mathematical approach to nerfing things to an extreme. And this was already a problem back when I played. Jaeger and ACOG, divorced. Glass, glaucoma. House, demolished. Oh Lord, granteth mercy. Bodies on the floor in my tactical shooter game? Sent to the abyss. I'm especially mad about Capcan traps. You can just run through them like thin air these days. Remember when they used to one-shot free speed operators? Dude, those were the days. I admit, the Deadlier Mind slowed the game down a bit. Before, more noticeably. But isn't that Capcan's point as a character? Slow down? Prevent rushes? The punishment kind of needs to be immediate and severe. Otherwise, the attacker will just run over the traps. My friend put it well. What's the purpose of the droning phase if you're not going to act according to the information you've gathered? What is the point of an operator like IQ? Or Solis for that matter? Gadget removal is mostly appreciated by those players at the top level who know how to extract the maximum value out of the gadgets, no matter how weak they are.
IQ... Would I put IQ at S? Whoa, you guys are saying B?
Because I feel like if we don't have operators like that you really need to be careful about approaching. Every round will just devolve into Call of Duty, essentially. And yet at the same time, Call of Duty is essentially what top-tier gameplay is like. If you have enough talent, you can rush in and just dome the first player in the head. It absolutely is a viable strategy. It should be. This is a first-person shooter. But it seems that Ubisoft doesn't agree. So they keep nerfing the weapons. Over and over again. The history on the balancing of this game's weapons is a bottomless pit of insanity. Changes after changes after changes. Even now the attachment system is broken. Less recoil? Looks pretty good. Or 5% movement speed? Or... What the core dilemma is this. Are you playing an operator because of the gun? Or are you playing the gun because of the operator? The true answer. You're playing both because of a scope. I have a dream that one day every player in this game will control their own destiny. A siege of the truly free, damn it. Where the game changes to suit the individual, not the other way around. Where every gamer is free to think, to act for himself. Fuck this 24/7 internet spew of statistical and optimal balancing bullshit. Seriously, I grow tired of the same rotations, the same setups, the same clinically clean concrete cube maps UB keeps adding in. What we gamers need is freedom. What we need is chaos. What do pros like? Consistency, predictability. Their careers depend on it. But if you cater to them too much, you risk making your game boring. Because no matter how many Pro League clutch clips you publish online, what's truly going to mobilize the people to try your game out is the memers. The people who take your game and try out the most stupid strategies known to man. And if it just happens to work, then it's even better. Buff every gadget across the board.
Disabling electronic!
Give the Lord his turret back and strap a minigun to it. Make flashbangs so bright it makes people pick Warden for his gadget and not his gun. Make Elamine spontaneously install and boot up Skyrim on your machine if you walk on them.
Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Buff every gun, give them all the attachment and scopes they need, and watch the fireworks unfold. Let the players experiment for a change, because ultimately you should reward creativity. And what enables that creativity is chaos. Another thing for UB to fix? The cheaters. Get them out of here. I played Siege most actively before 2020, so this might be a long time ago. But I didn't witness cheating as blatant as this back then, and so often. Quick play is just full of them, and the explanation is obvious. Siege is still crazy popular, so it's an old game with a lot of players, so there's easily accessible cheats for much higher demand. You'd expect rank to be a lot better, right? Right? Personal take, but I wouldn't play this game in ranked. Unless I was cracked, or some kind of saint. While I am not personally good at this game, I know when I see a good player. And while I started at bronze, I found it suspicious that there actually were people who knew what they were doing in this rank. And that single player usually decided the outcome of the entire match. How should I put this? There's a small difference in carrying a few bricks in comparison to turning into a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier. In brief, there's a lot of smurfing. And because how the matchmaking works, smurfing rings are a thing. I tumbled into them by accident while trying to find people to interview for this video. And I don't want to dive deeper into that. Not now. I've been yapping on for way too long. As a conclusive point, I think Siege has gotten a bit of negative reputation, not too far from that of League of Legends or CSGO, as a game where you don't really have fun. I didn't realize this until a member from my Discord server questioned me openly why I was playing Siege. He asked why I was torturing myself, and it was at that moment it hit me. A World of Tanks player was questioning me about playing something. Now that should be a warning sign if anything was a warning sign. If a World of Tanks player tells you to quit, you better believe them, because they are the experts of self-inflicted torture, at least in terms of gaming. Oh well, there goes that sponsorship. I'm more of a World of Warships player myself, for many valid reasons. Siege X, whatever it will be, is probably a step in the right direction, judging by the trailers. We have wall running, a new operator that can deploy literal doors to control the map in a way we've never seen before. Also, judging by the rumors I've seen on Reddit and other places, Siege is getting map interactables, shootable fire extinguishers, potentially, and gas lines that you can blow up. Like, we are not talking about minor adjustments here. We're getting brand new features. They are doing essentially the right move. They are refreshing the formula. And it is good to see. Because after 10 years, that is the proper direction at this point. To create something new and move on from previously established patterns. Because if you stay rigid, you essentially stagnate. And if you stagnate, the only option to alter gameplay is probably to nerf everything down, as addressed in this video. And like I said, the cheaters are going to be an issue, and I hope Ubisoft keeps cracking down on them. Similarly, I hope there's gonna be broken stuff coming up, because ultimately, broken stuff in games is memorable. Although it might suck at the moment it is implemented, it sucks in the right way. You know? When you lose in a game to something that is crazy, but something crazy you want to try out yourself. That is the secret sauce. Also, if you're wondering how I edited this in a day, I didn't. I essentially accidentally predicted the announcement of Siege X before it came out, and this video was well in the works. I just spontaneously wanted to cover Siege separately, but heck, I take it. Call me a farseer.